Hello everybody, this is Kane Severance. So I gave it some thought. I think we are going to make a change. So after doing some research and looking around, there's no real option in the game that gives you a core experience, which I think is a mistake. See, if you look at normal mode, they've weakened critical hits, the enemies are getting lowered stats, and only doing 80% damage to the party. Okay? So you think, oh, you might see that and think, oh, I don't want a weaker experience, I'll go with challenge mode. Well, challenge mode has enemy stat adjustments to somewhat tougher enemies. You've got normal crits, you've got normal damage, but every enemy in the game has, I believe, a +2 bonus with this. Or actually, I think this is just a stat bonus, that's right. So they have improved stats, but they don't have that +4 to every roll that hard mode has. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is switch it to challenging. And I recommend for anyone looking for a core experience to do this as well. Just put it on challenging and then switch this to normal mode. It's going to be, that to me looks like you're probably getting as close to the designed experience as possible. I have no idea why that's not. This should be either normal mode or challenging mode, and then normal mode should at least this. I think this is very misleading, and I think that's what's causing a lot of the negative feedback on this game, is people going in thinking, okay, hard mode is what I'm used to playing games as. Well, having enemies with higher stats as well as a flat +4 to the difficulty of everything you're doing, so every enemies get +4 to hit and are +4 harder to hit. I mean, that makes the game extremely unbalanced. Then unfair, I'm not even sure what the numerical disadvantages are there, but suffice it to say, these two modes are really going to be punishing, and you know, that's fine. I think it's great that they've got all these options. I just think that the developers made a mistake in how they named these, or how they set these up. Like, this should be you know, set like this. Maybe hard mode would get the challenging mode stats, and unfair would get the hard mode, and then you'd have the option to go completely insane with everything, like in unfair mode, by adjusting the sliders yourself. You know, you could bring the damage multiplier all the way up to 2.9. It should be 3. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, so triple damage from everything. You know, I mean, you can make it as hard as you want. You can make it as easy as you want. I could take 30% damage from everything. Actually, less. Story mode makes it 20% damage. So anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're not going to use this enemy difficulty bar, and I'm going to do one fight with it in regular challenge mode, and if I see any of those +2 difficulties anywhere, I don't think I will, but if I do, I'm just going to take this off, because yeah, it just makes it hard to gauge your fights, you know. And while I want to challenge, I also want to have fun with it. So let's go ahead and get to it.
I will not falter.
Grotus,
I can sense your silhouette hovering over me. It won't be much longer. Soon we shall meet, O Lord of Oblivion.
Oh my goodness. Quit the act. Stand and fight, or I'll really send you to your final rest.
How rude, speaking to a dying man that way. Look, I can't even move. What? It can't be. But I'm gravely wounded. I can't even stand on my own 2 feet. Watch. It seems I will live. I suppose I must postpone meeting my god. Not for long, I'm sure. But while we remain in this transient world, Arim is at your service.
Bit of a drama queen, are you, Harren? Alright. Well, having a cleric is good.
Rotus awaits us.
We got Bless, Bane, True Strike memorized. Probably not going to be using Bane or True Strike. Bane's not bad. It's just, you know, it's kind of like the opposite of Bless. Bless gives you +1 attack rolls and saving throws against fear, whereas Bane gives the enemy -1 on attack rolls and saving throws against fear. But Bane isn't guaranteed to work, right? Because they get a will save, whereas Bless automatically works. So I've always been kind of predisposed to using Bless. Destructive Smite. So you've got the Destruction domain and the Chaos domain. Interesting.
Well, sorry. Was lost in thought.
Oh, what are you wearing? You've got a chain shirt. Yeah, I think we've only found one breastplate so far. What are your feats? Oh, so you spent a feat in heavy armor proficiency. Interesting. Well, I think we had a piece of heavy armor back here. Oh, and while we're here, so I noticed something. I watched some streams of people playing through the first part of the game. I kind of wanted to get a gauge for you know, how their experience was compared to mine. I didn't go past where we are because I'm actually really enjoying the story. But I did notice that when people came to this room, not everybody got this secret door. Some people got this secret door. So it turns out that you can that if you have the swords all up as opposed to down, it'll give you a different and this is going to be, you know, really enjoyable as I try to. I'm terrible at these puzzles. But anyway, you'll see if we ever figure this out.
Time's wasting.
Okay. So that's those two. If I take...
My patience is running thin.
There we go. See? There's two secret doors. I thought the treasure in here was kind of lackluster. Let's see. Loot, loot, loot. Ooh. Wand of Magic Missile. That will definitely come in handy. I think we're going to give that to Lindsay. Oh yeah, we have this Masterwork Light Mace. You've only got a 14 strength. You don't have a base attack bonus yet, so you're only +2 to hit. Why don't we give you the Masterwork Mace? It does less damage, but you're going to hit more often with it, so Yeah, let's try that. And then I believe the heavy armor was in the armory of all places. I think each of these... Oh look, I didn't look at these real hard, so I assumed these all were the same. Well, actually, I think these other ones were lootable before. But yeah, they've got the heavy armor on the heaviest armor stand, which is kind of a nice little attention to detail there. So yes, you can wear banded mail, which is not a great heavy armor, but it's better than what you had. And dwarves don't suffer from encumbrance. They're already slowed. They already have a slower movement speed than most medium races. But they can basically wear as heavy armor as they want, and they won't move any slower than, you know, they would in light armor. I think we already looted these. Yeah. Okay. These statues, I believe, are statues of Ariston. He is the god of the hunt in Galarian.
I was successful in my search.
Oh, I thought that would be like a cache. It was a button. Interesting. I wonder if there's anything down there that's just for looks. Masterwork longsword, gold ring, decent.
Without a doubt.
But I don't think anyone's using longswords. She could. She's an elf. Elves get proficiency with longswords. But her scythe is masterwork and does more damage and just looks so much cooler. Besides, it's on her character portrait. She looks so badass. I definitely want to keep her on the team. Okay, formations, yes, thank you. Let's save. Anything up here? Nope, looks like, unless there's something hidden here. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Let's see what these guys want.
You, run and get an axe. You, bring more water. You, stay here and hold our defense. Those assassins are still around here somewhere. Aha! Some of our guests survived. Good. You need to get to the banquet hall and help Lady Jamandi.
Where's
You'll
the
have
hall?
to run through the fire. We've almost put it out at the entrance, so your main concern should be to not inhale any smoke. Hold your breath and take the first right, then head straight down the hallway.
I'll go immediately.
May Abadar keep you safe.
And so our adventure started, earlier and much more tragic than we expected. The whole team who'd gathered in the hall yesterday had been reduced to but a handful of brave souls, led by Cain. Not at all by that scoundrel Tartuccio, no matter what he imagined for himself. Jamandi Eldori was waiting for us, but to get to her, we'd have to march through fire. Literally! As we approached the burning fire, So this is, this must be Lindsay's book, and she's an artist as well. Interesting. So, what do we do? Well, he said smoke inhalation was the biggest concern. So let's use that. It was a good thing we hadn't wasted any time. After we entered the building and took a few steps forward, the walls behind us slanted and crashed down with a terrible crackling sound, blocking the way back. While we may not have planned on going back, if we'd come in a little later, the flaming logs and red-hot bricks would have fallen right on our heads. Regardless, we were left with only one way to go. The hot air burned our lungs, and our eyes watered from the smoke, but Cain led us stubbornly through the flames, while Tortuccio did nothing useful at all. We made it to the hallway leading to the banquet hall when we heard someone calling for us. It was Valerie, one of the guards I'd chatted with in the banquet hall. Even then, in the calm setting, I'd been stunned by her beauty. You didn't exactly represent her beauty very well, Lindsay. That's terrifying. But now, amid the smoke and flame, she looked like a celestial avenger. Okay, I can see that. An armored deity, menacing but beautiful and merciful. Descending from the higher spheres to help us poor mortals. Oh my gosh, you are a bit much, aren't you? She held a burned, barely living guard in her hands. There are 2 more, she shouted as she passed by us. They're wounded. Help me pull them out. Tortuccio grumbled about something about how Jamandi was waiting for us. Meanwhile, Cain shouted to Valerie that she should leave them and join us to help Jamandi Aldori. She is the lord of the palace after all, and the one that's funding us. Valerie hesitated. For this valiant warrior, 2 things came above all else: loyalty to her pledge and duty to her comrades at arms. Now she had to choose one over the other. Cain showed exceptional eloquence, no easy thing with the flames roaring all around. With a heavy sigh, Valerie stopped arguing and followed us to the dome of the banquet hall, where the battle was already in full swing. Fatigued. She's tired. I mean, okay. Let's see what we're dealing with here.
I'm listening.
Tower shield specialist. Ew. Ew. Okay, so -2 from a fatigue, but that's still only a 14 strength. 15 charisma. That is not useful for you, Valerie. Well, let's see what you've got here. I wonder if we could do something interesting with you. Probably not, but... Bastard sword weapon proficiency. Really? Yeah, I take back what I said about the devs just relying on them to make optimal companions for you, because this isn't very useful. So, you know, if she's +1 attack bonus to hit with a Masterwork Bastard Sword, you know, you give her, she would have an additional +1 to hit if she wasn't fatigued, which is pitiful for a frontliner. Because here's the thing: if you're playing Pathfinder, it's not like WoW. You don't get a taunt of any kind, so your tanks have to actually be effective in combat. They need to be a threat. You know, if I saw this person standing in front and that couldn't hit me and hit me for, I mean, the only reason she's got relatively decent damage is because the Bastard Sword is 1 to 10. But she can't hit with it for jack. She's just high AC. So what would you do? You would just ignore her and move around. You'd take the attacks of opportunity and go fight the squishies in the back line. So there's no real reason to build an ultra tanky build that can't do anything offensively. Okay, reflex saves, armor training, tower shield training, reduces the armor penalty, gives you more dex bonus. Okay, so you don't get rid of this penalty from tower shields, this -2 attack bonus from tower shields, until 5th level specialist. That's a lot of levels to be not useful. And even then, she's only gonna have 14 strength, so we might... I don't know. I don't know how much we care about you, Valerie. We'll have to see. In the meantime, look how pretty she is. Isn't she beautiful? That's a little better. +3. She's not doing any more damage holding it with 2 hands than she would be holding it with 1, because her strength bonus is only +1. If you had +2 or higher, you would get extra damage from holding it with 2 hands. Ooh, a lantern. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna borrow that from you, buddy. You're gonna take that shield. You have a 14 strength, but with the light mace, you don't actually... You can't... the light mace is a light weapon. Right? No, it's one-handed. Heavy mace is also one-handed. So why isn't he getting... He should be getting +3 damage. See, with the heavy mace, he gets +3 damage because he's basically, it doesn't show it here, but you can hold a one-handed weapon in 1 or 2 hands. I'm sure the light mace is a light weapon. Do we have any other light weapons to compare to see if it says light weapon on there? Or if it only differentiates between one-handed and two-handed. None of these guys are going to have one. One of those daggers would... Oh, we can't go back for the fire, I'm sure. Let's fix our lineup here. This is a little messy. So we're going to want to do something like that with her in front. Actually, let's do something custom, because I want you in front. You're going to be in the back. I don't really care about you, but you're going to be in the back. You're going to be on the side. You're going to be here in the middle. So something like that would probably be good. And the reason we want to do this is we want her to go first. The one thing that I think will have an advantage in this game, as compared to the PnP games, is that it seems like the enemies tend to aim first at whatever they see first. So if she runs up first, they'll all focus on her, and then we can come up and flank. Oh, and I looked into flanking, so apparently all you need in this game to flank is to have multiple people attacking the same target, which is crazy good as far as a boost to sneak attack damage. So rogues will be very strong in this game. Of course, I don't have one. Okay, yeah, see, Dagger says one-handed too, whereas Daggers is a light weapon. I think they're just differentiating between one and two-handed. But yeah, so my point was light weapons can't be held in 2 hands. Can you see somebody trying to, like, well, I guess I could see someone over, you know, coming down with two-handed grip on a dagger, but it's not how you're going to be fighting normally. Whereas long swords, bastard swords, heavy maces, things that are a little bigger, a little longer, you can hold them in two hands if you don't have a shield and do extra damage with them. So that's nice. You know what? Let's take this shield. We'll give that to the cleric. And maybe we'll give him his heavy mace back. Let's see.
Yes, I'm still here.
This guy is miserable, isn't he? Okay, so let's just think about this real quick. He's got an AC of 16. If we give him the shield, it only goes up by 1. And he loses a point of damage. What do we care that much? Yeah, we kind of do. We want him to be, we want him to have that extra point of AC, as opposed to the extra point of damage. Because as I mentioned, each point of AC or attack, a point of AC and a point of attack is more valuable than a single point of damage. I talked about it in a previous video. You know, each point in attack or AC is effectively 5% of your attack roll. I mean, yeah, not exactly, but it's close enough analogy. Whereas, you know, 1 damage is a much smaller percentage of your, you know, like someone's health, right? It can add up, and it matters on crits. You definitely want to get those damage boosts where you can, but I think giving up 1 point of damage for 1 point of AC is a fair trade. And since I said that, how much would we lose going to the light mace? Is D6, but an extra point of attack. Now this is where it's starting to get a little more questionable, because 2 max damage difference. You know, we don't want this guy, we don't want to give up all our damage, right? But this does come with the additional benefit of offensive benefit of hitting more often. So we'll do this for now, and we'll hope to find a better mace or something later. Okay, so now we've got a full party. How about that? Let's
Our path leads
move.
on.
This is a nice feature, by the way. I like that. Ooh, I almost forgot the gold. Yeah, like that. Leave. The end times are nigh. Thanks, Harem. He's going to be a real pleasure to have along with us. Oh, good lord. Oh boy. Yep, you guys can stay safely behind that barrier, and we will just pretend that that's not going on. Meanwhile, I guess we get to deal with all these fellows. Assassin leader, assassin, 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 assassin bowman, rift channelers. So on one hand you think, yeah, you know, most of these type of games you want to destroy the rift channelers, and I suppose if we did that, these two would be able to maybe come and help out. That's 3 people we have to kill in one way over here, while we're being attacked by 6 others. One of them being, I assume, a boss. So let's just get to it, shall we? So fighting defensively is usually a terrible option. -4 on attack rolls, +2 to AC. It's not a fair trade. So we're not going to mess with that. Oh, nice. So mobility is useful if you need to, if you're engaged and you need to back away without taking an attack of opportunity. Problem is, most frontliners don't get any use out of it because of armor check penalties, which lower your acrobatics score based on heavy armor. But you know, maybe Lindsay's got acrobatics, and you know, if someone gets up on her and we can run up with a frontliner and then she can back off using acrobatics, that would be a safer way to go about things. Do we have, you know what, we gotta hand out some potions. Let's do that. Oh man, oh, I thought we were out. Got a whole nother stack. Yay. Yeah, we're not gonna give you any potions. Enlarge person. You can use that. You got the one magic missile. This will give you another potion. Tertuccio, we're not giving you shit. Valerie. You got 2 healing potions already. We'll give you 3. It's not like you can use any of these scrolls. Oh, good. Okay. So we got weapons, rings, jewelry, potions, scrolls, books, and junk. Nice. Okay. Alright, so what we're going to do
I've been taught
is
if someone annoys you, you either pray or polish your armor. It is why my armor gleams as it does.
Oh, I guess we're not in combat yet.
What troubles you?
So you are going to 3 rounds. That's not very much. Inspire courage. We're going to use our arcane weapon enchantment.
Request.
Divine favor.
Patience.
Bless.
I always have a second plan.
Oh, goodness. Tertuccio. I guess you can, maybe magic missile. Yeah, we'll wait till combat starts. Let's get everyone back. Okay, you got your arcane enchantment. Are you casting your
State your desire.
divine favor? You are. Okay. Alright.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm still in.
I am yours to command.
Oh. So we can charge. It's just you're fatigued. So you're gonna
As you order.
just walk right up there. And we're going to wait a second.
Can you
and
make an
then-
epic pose? I need inspiration.
Okay, now we're in combat. Good.
Let us strike as one.
Yeah, we're just gonna run up and start
We shall overcome.
hitting these guys. I'd like to get back to the bowmen, but we'll have to see if we can get up there without. We don't want to rush with you. Save or judgment. We may want healing, because we don't have good ways to heal you yet. I'd like to use justice for bonus to attack, but yeah. Okay, you're going to be using your wand of magic missile after. Why don't you throw an ear-piercing scream on the leader? What's he doing? What spell is that? You're going to be casting magic missile. Throw that on the leader. He's casting. Maybe we can disrupt it. You're going to be.
Repent.
You're going to be attacking that
Unworthy.
guy. Okay. I think everybody's got their orders.
Do not
Let's
falter.
go. Ooh, nice. Critical hit. Let's see, where's his armor class? 14. See, that seems much more reasonable. Does it go into it? Okay, difficulty +2, dex bonus +1. Why did it go? So, he's an assassin. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where I want to be difficulty-wise. I guess for Mooks, that's kind of normal, but still, he's a roguish type character you'd expect him to have. What I was hoping to do was get rid of these and have them have boosted, have boosted stats, but not boosted just artificial difficulty. So we might change that to normal. We might mess around with the sliders a little bit more. Okay. How are we doing? Valerie, attack that guy. Attack that guy.
Wretched things.
You, can we kill that guy?
Strike as one.
And you attack
Your
him.
life there.
Ooh. That wasn't another crit. What was that? 29 damage. Let's look at a Jamandi. 20 slashing, 9 fire. Yeah, using fire on a frost giant. That's a good thought there. And she's using a dueling sword. I'm starting to wish I'd take one. No, we've gotten some good crits. So she's got weapon focus, greater weapon focus. She's got 9 base attack bonus. +7 dexterity? Wow. So that means she has a 24 dexterity. 23 armor class. +4 chain. +9 natural armor. That's just... oh, that's the frost giant. Yeah, that makes sense. I thought that was her. Getting confused. Okay. Well, let's keep at it. So... I wonder, can I make this bigger? Yeah. Did the assassin leader... Oh, he cast mirror image. That's what that spell was. What is he casting now? I don't know. I can't really... We're still kind of bunched up here. Can you charge him? You can. Ooh! Nice. Nice. Oh, Frost Giant dies. Lindsay did 3 damage, and he failed his fortitude save. So he is stunned. For a round, I think. He also took a little bit of damage, but that's good. It should have disrupted his spell, but I'm not sure if it did or not. Harem, get in. Oh yeah, you gotta. So it's interesting. It's weird. They even though it's real time with pause, it still works in rounds. So he's basically waiting for the start of the next round in order to charge. I'm thinking, which is kind of weird, but I'm glad that it works in rounds because it makes it easier for me to understand what's going on. Ooh, Amiri, nice to see you. Yeah, this feels much better. I mean, it almost seems easy, but oop, maybe I spoke too soon. That was a big scare. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 characters feared right now. What do you have? You're shaken, and you're undead, so you're immune to that, which is awesome.
Despicable.
Okay. Yeah, let's... Oh, and we got Amiri now? Yeah, I think you're done for, buddy. We'll just run around
out of our story.
What did you say? You're writing me out of your story. That wasn't very nice. It's all...
Serves you right.
How long are we fighting for? 7 more seconds. So that must have been like, what, 3 rounds? 2 or 3 rounds? Oh, scared the barbarian. He's almost dead. Nice. See, harem. Oh, see, and that was perfect. So if we had if we had kept that heavy mace, he would definitely still be alive. See, his armor class was 18, and we rolled exactly an 18. Because we had flanking, bless, masterwork mace, plus 2 strength. I think we're gonna leave it like this for now. Things get this feels right.
You're dying already!
Although I might
Time to get my hands dirty again!
I might bump up the other toggle and see what happens with that. Okay, barrier's down. Yeah. Good job, everybody. Let's see what we got. Potion, bark skin, bracers. Armor +1. Offense fire, acid flask. So I think at level 2 I will probably equip my character with those bracers, because at that point I'm going to be wanting to start spell striking. And then at level 3 we either take the arcane armor training or we take slashing grace. Arcane armor training would let us wear the chain shirt. Slashing grace would let us do dex to damage. We'll probably do slashing grace first. Now that we've got someone to stand in front,
Forwards.
we can get away with being a little squishier, and we'll still improve our defenses. But don't forget, also with level 2 we'll get another bonus in our canny defense. So yeah. Where's our class? Here we go. Yep, so we'll get another intelligent bonus to AC, and that'd be good. Spell strike. When a sword saint hits with his chosen weapon, he can spend 1 point from his arcane pool to maximize damage. If you confirm a crit, you can spend 2 points to increase your multiplier by 1. That's good, but how do you do that? I mean, how does that work in combat? I imagine it's a toggle, so you leave it always on, but like, if it were me, I would only want to use it to maximize a crit. I wouldn't want to be maximizing the damage all the time. And only for big fights too, because our arcane pool, what is our pool? Yeah, half the level plus intelligence modifier, so it's going to go up slowly. Fighter training will be nice, because we can take weapon specialization. I can't remember what the Magus Arcana are, and I wonder what they have implemented in the game. Sorry, I'm getting excited about future levels here. Critical perfection, add your intelligence to confirmations, and levels for... Oh, so basically, you qualify for feats as if you had a full base attack bonus class. Lethal focus. Flat-footed opponent. I wonder if we can find a way to make them flat-footed to us, because normally flat-footed's only if you win initiative. Once you get weapon mastery, like, that'll be nice. Of course, it's 20th level, so you better be strong by that point. Ooh, perfect reflexes. At 19th level, the Sword Saint's initiative roll is automatically a natural 20. That's nice. Extra attacks of opportunity per round. That's nice. Yeah, there's good stuff in here. Alright, not even departed, we won our first battle. Seems like a good omen, right? Right? I think so. Ooh, what's this guy got? Oh, great axes. 3 to 18. Wow. 36 slashing. That's because it's an oversized great axe. I wonder if it stays oversized. Or if it's just because he was wearing it. Because I've noticed... Yeah, see? I noticed that they do take size into account on damage. Because Lindsay's a small character, and small weapons do less damage. So if you equip her with a light crossbow, which normally does 1d8 piercing, or excuse me, yeah, 1d8 damage, it goes down to 1d6. Did I not pick up the axe? I thought I picked it up. Oh, here it is. Yeah, see, 1 to 12. So these things, I guess aside from Amiri's sword, do these things just change size? Like if I gave you the great axe, which looks freaking cool. Look at that. Are those teeth? That is insane. Yeah, see, it only does 1d12, which is standard greatsword damage. She doesn't do much more damage with it because, again, her strength is so low. So there's no point in her using that. It hurts her AC, and... yep, okay. Enough playing around. Let's talk to the Sword Lord.
Thank you for your valor and bravery. The enemy was strong, but you were stronger, and that means I made the right choice. Just as I thought, there were worthy leaders among you. I'm especially grateful to them for the courage and common sense they showed while defending the mansion. But this attack means we have even less time than I thought. Someone already knows of our plans and is acting against us. You'll begin your expedition immediately.
Lady Aldori, please, I know who arranged this attack. The vile king of Pitax, Iroveti. What's more, I know who among us works for him. Hey, you! Show everyone the ring you're wearing. You think I wouldn't recognize Iroveti's seal? That's why he wasn't killed. The bandits recognized him as one of their own by this signet ring.
I have no connections to Pitax, but Tartuccio's name, accent, and clothes seem like he came straight from there. Which of us looks more like they might be Iroveti's spy?
Probably, yes. But this evidence is circumstantial at best. There's definitely a spy among us. But who? All I have is one word against another. I'm afraid you're both under suspicion.
I bet my life despise anyone but this man. I saw how he dealt with those creeps with my own eyes. A true warrior. I'd go with him through hell and high water. This purple crook, on the other hand... he's got the eyes of a spy! And the mug of a spy!
Oh, Mary, you're so eloquent.
Lady Aldori, don't listen to this thick-headed barbarian. She doesn't know what she's talking about. During the attack, our leader showed his true colors. He forced us to break into the armory and rob it. And not just that. Upon finding the guards' salaries in the armory, he immediately pocketed it all.
Yep, we did. Well, we weren't trying to take the money. We just didn't want the bandits to have it.
Considering the circumstances, that was more than reasonable.
She bought it.
That was a sound decision.
Oh.
Sometimes one must act at one's own risk and peril, until crossing the boundaries of what is allowed. Showing initiative is no crime.
Well, of course, theft is not to be condoned. However, when the fire burns around you, and you are but one step away from death, is it not insane to worry about laws and rules?
Harem, I think you bought the story a little too well.
What about that trick he pulled right before we came in here?
What are you talking about?
Some scoundrels set your mansion on fire, and as we were approaching the room, we saw your brave guards, your underlings, dying in the fire, begging to be saved. And what did our leader do? He passed right on by, mercilessly leaving them to their fates. Simply heartless.
I think it's interesting that there's a good option here. Although I did actually think that was reasonable. Like, you know, we got assassins trying to kill the leader, and, you know, we don't have time to mount a rescue operation. Anyway, heartless, so what? I'm not going to worry about guards' lives when their ruler's life is at stake.
Leaving them to die bought you mere minutes. Believe me, I would have held on until your arrival.
It was perfectly reasonable. Just the way a leader should think.
Well, thanks, J-Fall.
How could you say such a monstrous thing? Is that the way the hero of my book would talk? You sound more like a villain.
Maybe we should have pumped diplomacy a little, or charisma a little more, but we just didn't have the points.
Enough squabbling. I'm still not sure which of you I can trust. However, the risk of entrusting the whole affair to a spy is too great. Here's what we'll do. 2 teams will head out. That way, I'll know at least one group can be counted on to serve my interests in the stolen lands.
Lady Aldori, most of those who are to set off for the stolen lands have been killed. Those who yet live will require help. Please allow me to join the expedition.
I'm sad to lose such a talented warrior. But you're right, Valerie. They have greater need of you right now. Go, and may Abadar keep you. Which of the 2 teams would you prefer to accompany?
If my leader allows, I would join his team. He seems a worthy commander in my eyes.
Good choice.
Commanders, military leaders, all these laws and rules are but dust and vanity. I suppose I will accompany Tartuccio.
What a loss.
I like how our leader does things. Efficient, and without unnecessary spiritual agonizing. I'll go with him.
Good.
Efficient? I'd say heartless.
Oh, no.
Would the protagonist of my book do such a thing? No. I guess I'd better go with Tartuccio.
Our bard. We need a
I
bard.
don't even need to think. I'm coming with this man. As for you, Purple Toad, just wait until we meet along the way. I'll be sure to hang your rotten spy guts from the trees.
All right, we have 2 teams. To avoid unnecessary conflict on the road, you'll each take a different route to the stolen lands. Tartuccio's team will go through Navacta's crossing. The garrison commandant will provide him all the help he needs. You will take your team to Oleg Leviton's trading post. He's been complaining about the Stag Lord's bandits for a while now. There, you'll be provided with all the necessary travel supplies. I'd like to believe you, but I know all too well how convincing traitors and spies can be. If you're truly innocent, I hope you can forgive me this precaution. While you're away, Keston will investigate the night's events and learn who in Restov is working for Patax. But you should know that it isn't just Patax we need to worry about. The royal house of Sertova may also interfere in our plans. I've managed to keep this affair a secret from them so far, but that can't last long. By my estimations, you have no more than 3 months. After that, any feats you accomplish will be pointless.
No, we're on a timeline. Sir Tova, huh? I didn't realize we were keeping this in the dark from the royal family of Brevoy. Interesting.
And now, farewell. This battle was but the first ordeal along your path, and you overcame it as true champions of Restov. May the obstacles that follow also fall to your feet. Fear nothing, my friends, and return victorious.
Surviving a terrible night, our small team set off to brave our fate. Beware, Stolen Lands. Heroes are on the way.
You're not here. Okay, I think we'll stop this video at this point and pick up next time.